Boring, the same old. It's the usual. Who would want to be normal? Who would want to live life and do business as usual when you could be remarkable? The remarkable is on the edge, it's up in the air, it's out front, it's shining a light, it's making a difference. Remarkable is about leaving a mark on the world that's not easily erased. Remarkable is about doing things in such a way that when you leave people's presence, they have this irrepressible desire to talk about you. Remarkable is Joe Kirshner dancing on stage. It's an impression I won't soon forget. It was great. Everybody has this desire to be remarkable, according to Oliver Wendell Holmes, but most people only wish. When I was a boy, people would often come up to me, adults, and they would ask me what I wanted to be when I grew up. You probably had the same thing happen to you, but when adults would ask me when I was a kid what I wanted to be, my eyes would light up, my heart would skip a beat, because I envisioned this incredible future. I knew exactly what I was going to be when I grew up. I was going to be Batman. I mean, I had the pajamas to prove it. I had the Velcro on my sleeves that the cape attached to, and I would run around the house. I was going to fight evil. I was going to do good. I was going to change the world. Remember that feeling? Well, maybe you don't have the Batman pajamas, but maybe you wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer, or a lot of kids want to be the president. You wanted to do good. You wanted to leave this positive wake. I don't know what it is that you wanted to be. For me, being Batman, I'm not going to say it became a reality. I'm not going to claim that I am Batman, but it is a fact that Batman and I have never been seen together in the same room at the same time. So I'll leave it up to you to figure it out. But here's the thing. When people ask you today what you do your eyes light up? Does your heart skip a beat? As you talk about this incredible opportunity that you have to transform young lives and set their course, their future on a totally different trajectory, do you light up? Here's the reality. I know you do, because I walked around last night and I mixed and mingled out by the pool and I heard the conversation and I was delighted to be here. But the sad reality is if you ask most people at a social encounter or when you go out to dinner what they do, there's just not this passion, there's not this excitement like we had when we were kids. Now, why do adults ask kids what they want to be when they grow up? You ever thought about it? Well, I've got this theory. I think most adults are so bored, so disillusioned in their jobs, so disenfranchised, so unhappy and unfulfilled that they're actually asking for children in the hopes that they might get fresh ideas for a new career path. Because here's the unfortunate reality of the American workforce. According to research over the last 2 decades by the Gallup organization, they tell us that only 30% of the American workforce is what they would consider to be highly engaged, meaning that they bring passion, enthusiasm, excitement, high levels of energy, creativity, and collaboration to the work experience. Only 30%. 52% of the American workforce is what they classify as not engaged. In other words, they just exchange their time for money. They punch a time card and wait for the end of the day. There's no creativity, there's no high level of energy, there's no excitement, they're just on autopilot getting by. And 18% of the workforce is what they describe as actively disengaged. So they're so disillusioned, they're so unhappy and unfulfilled that they're literally thinking about their next place of employment. They're daydreaming about some other future reality. And of that entire 100%, they actually describe 3% of the population as being on-board terrorists. They're actually trying to actively bring down the current regime. Isn't that amazing? Now. I know that this really doesn't apply to you because your workforce, your teams at the local school level are far, far in excess of these statistics on average. But here's my question to you. Would you say that you still have people who are not highly engaged as a part of your team? Would you say that you still have a few people who aren't bringing high levels of energy, passion, and collaboration to the work experience? Do you still have a few people that have not yet crossed over that boundary to being remarkable? If that's the case, then you're in the right place today, because that's what I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about what it means to create such a remarkable environment that literally everybody engages at a higher level.